Hi, everybody. I'm so happy you're here. This is Skyrocket Your Sales 5-day content boot camp. It is day 1, Monday, August 21st. So happy that you're here live so I can answer your questions about ideal customers. That's what we're covering today. There are a bunch of people coming in through the waiting room, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to get settled. In the meantime, if you are here live and set up, I'd love to have you introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us your name, your business, where you're located, and how we can follow you.
Sweetie.
And welcome to Skyrocket Your Sales 5-day content bootcamp. If you're just joining us live, hey, Erin, tell us where you're located, your business, where we can follow you. I'll put this in the chat too. And bring in. All right. Diana, Jade, Erin, Danny, Adriana, and Hillary, Kristen. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Eating lunch will be on camera soon. Totally. I'm hungry too. It is dumping rain here because, which is unusual in July in Montana, Western Montana, but we are seeing the effects of Hurricane Hillary. If you are in the path of Hurricane Hillary, if you're seeing effects from it as well, tell me how's it going in the comments, in the chat. Kim, Houston.
Episode where he leaves.
Who?
Oh
yeah, they leave as best friends. But...
no, the white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DA.
That was sad.
It was.
He wouldn't let her talk. He wouldn't let her talk. He was like, just shh.
Because
I have to go to a different place because he was
Diana,
blinded.
I think your mic
he
is
said
on.
you became my.
Yeah, you fell in love with her.
I know. They all do. Like
she didn't realize that.
I can't.
And she's always thought, nobody wanted her. Or...
Man, everybody goes on and wants her ass. Shit, I want her. Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
You have the regular cable remote though?
All right, so why you are here in Skyrocket Your Sales with us live, it is hard to know what is actually going to move the needle in your business. Tell me if in the chat if this is true for you as well, or put your hand up. If you feel like you're going through the motions of marketing in your business, but it's hard to know what is actually going to move the needle. You show up on social media to get in front of your ideal customers, but what you're really looking for is an income from sales. There are other things that are satisfying and fulfilling in our business, but what we're really looking for is, can I generate income, feel like a success, take action, and see revenue in my bank account and customers and clients in my inbox? How do we actually bridge the gap between posts and emails and a real income? This bootcamp covers 5 proven strategies that I teach my clients so you can take action throughout the week. Over the course of 5 days, we're here Monday through Friday live this week to generate traffic, sales, and engagement. So how does this bootcamp work? You've probably been live with me in the Reels challenge in the Facebook group, but we are on Zoom because we're going a little bit deeper here with our strategies. And this is like the Reels challenge older sister. boot camp, because we're going beyond just posting reels and taking action on a deeper level in your business so you get bigger results. So over the course of this boot camp, here's what I want you to do. Follow along live here Monday through Friday, same time slot across the week, 12 Mountain, 11 Pacific, 1 Eastern. Do the action items at the end, screenshot your work and post it in the marketing Facebook group, just like we did in the Reels challenge. And for an extra entry, because every day you participate in this bootcamp, you are entered to win our prizes. Share to your Instagram stories and tag me for an extra entry in the drawing, which is live on Saturday. So every day that you participate in this boot camp, you get at least one entry into the drawing for the grand prizes, which are grand prize, 1 seat in the Abundance Playbook, 12 weeks to booked out and sold out. This is my signature program. A lot of the gals in this challenge have graduated from it already. $497 value. It is 12 weeks starting September 19th. And the runner-up is 3 months in the content creation lab. Again, some of the gals here are already members. This is our live and recorded online group coaching for customer retention and attraction. So here in day 1, we are starting with the basics. How do we find our ideal customers or clients? So our goal today is to nail down who exactly are you speaking to in your content so you can attract people who will actually book and buy. Okay, so the link to the Facebook group is I will put it in the chat here too, Hillary. There we go. And it will be in your wrap-up emails as well. Okay. So, ideal customer. Why do we care so much about ideal customers? You probably have someone in mind when you go about your marketing, creating your offers. Your ideal customer or client is probably somewhat similar to yourself. The thing is that there are people out there who are a good fit for your product or service, and then there are people who are not a good fit for your product or service. And just going about marketing in a really general way, just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks, trying to reach everybody usually means that you reach nobody. An ideal customer is a person who is the best fit for your product or service because they are going to get ideal results. And your goal is to turn these people into followers, subscribers, and paying customers who come back and book or buy out of habit and generate you a growing income. We want to get our content in front of these people, get them on our email list, get them to our websites so they will be ready and willing to book or buy. And the more you know about your best fit customers or clients, the clearer we are about who we're searching for, the better. So an ideal customer avatar is taking your ideal customer or client one step further. This is when we're actually creating a profile of an imagined or real customer or client that we can use as a target to shoot for in our content. For example, this is Chase. She is a metalsmith. And I blew up this part of her caption on Instagram here. Wedding rings for the non-traditional nature enthusiast. Each piece is so deeply personalized from the range to the rock. And she is really clear about who is the ideal customer, who is attracted to her work. So you may see this picture, this post on Instagram and think that's a really pretty ring. But if you read this caption and you see yourself in that description, then you're a lot more likely to stop, look back at the picture, scroll through a carousel, follow, and engage. So first, we want to have a picture in our minds of our ideal customer or client, but we also need to be able to communicate it. So to the group, and pop your mic off, answer this question, or put it in the chat. Do you have, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being super, super confident, I'm really clear about who my ideal customer is, to 1, I have no idea, I'm just kind of shooting in the dark. Where are you with your ideal customers? 5 being super clear, I'm really confident about who I'm trying to reach. 1 being no idea. We've got 3, 4, 3, 4. Kim's been through Abundance Playbook, so she's a 4. 4, 3, 4. Oh, awesome. Great. This is another example of, this is a standing desk that I actually bought, and I was taking pictures of their sales page because they had great information on their website. But who's the standing desk for? The standing desk is perfect if you want to work standing, use it as screen, keyboard, and mouse, need a workstation with a small footprint, need hooks for items. The clearer you are about your ideal customer, Adriana's a 5, yes, Adriana. Adriana just went through the Abundance Playbook as well, and she did a lot of work in that program, and so I'm not surprised, and I'm so happy to hear it. When we can not only understand who our ideal customer or client is, but we can articulate it where it matters, in our content, in our emails, on our website, where your customer or client's eyeballs are going when they're trying to decide whether or not to book or buy with you. When they see themselves outlined in your content, they are so much more likely to buy in because they are confident knowing this product or service was designed with me in mind. So your avatar is a profile of an imagined or a real customer or client. We're going to walk through how do we get clarity about that. But when you know exactly who your ideal customer is, it's also so much easier to write and plan content that actually gets the type of engagement that you're looking for. Because you go from, I'm just going to see what other people are posting on Instagram, or like what other people are blogging about or posting TikToks about or putting on Pinterest, and I'm going to try to replicate that for myself. And often this means that we miss the mark. We're not seeing the engagement we're looking for. We're really not attracting the right kinds of people. And when you do attract people to your business, they're not turning into customers who book or buy. Versus going into your business first with your customer or client in mind, and always approaching your marketing from the perspective of, I know who the person is that I can best help or serve, and I'm going to design my content around that person. We're often doing it that first way. That's really backwards. No wonder it's so hard to know what's going to land with your audience and create stuff that actually moves the needle, when we should be starting with your customer or client. I think every small business owner should have an ideal customer avatar, because a concrete ideal customer avatar takes all the guesswork out of content that really converts customers. You have someone to picture when you're putting together your website, helps you make all those decisions to appeal to the right person. The more certainty you have, the easier it is to make the right choices. And when they read that description of themselves in your marketing, they can't stop but help. Can't help but stop and read further. Kim, giving her ideal customer a real name has helped so much. Kim, what is the name of your ideal customer? Do you feel like sharing? Erin has too many types of ideal customers. And Erin, can you say more? Samantha, love it. Okay. Yeah, doesn't that take them to the next level? Like, instead of thinking ideal customer, you give them a name and it's like, oh, this person just became real to me. I can picture her. Maggie, love it. Mine is Emma, but ChatGPT gave her that name. Ava, love it, guys. This is awesome. It at first seems kind of silly, but wow, it flushes out this person. The more fully dimensional your customer or client is in your mind, the better you show up for them, And it becomes second nature to create content that serves that person. That is so funny. Hey, Diana. Marketing to different types of people who would most benefit, maybe not a problem, it just takes time. Okay, so Erin, as long as, so sometimes our products or services, they would benefit a ton of different types of people. If the current way you're doing it is converting customers or clients, then it's not wrong. There are certainly different ways to approach this, but if we're just starting to convert customers or clients, and we're not happy with the number of people that we are converting to paying customers or clients, it always helps to go back to, foremost, what are the problems or desires that I address with my product or service? How does my product or service take people from point A to point B? Like, it takes them from a current state to an ideal state. What is that? And then from that transformation, we can extrapolate, like, which geographic region, so actually I'm going to get more into this, but as we go out through today, but after we really nail one ideal customer avatar that's bringing people through the customer journey and we're really converting people, then we can add in other people. Like, if you notice that there are significant differences, like maybe there are two types of people who buy from you, and who was it? We were just talking about this. Oh, Patricia of Study Girl Doodle. She is in Content Creation Lab. So some of you already know her, and she's in Fall Abundance Playbook. So some of you will know her. She actually won our Reels Challenge in the spring. She has two types of customers. She creates planner stickers, and she and her daughter designed them. Two ideal customer profiles. One is high achieving students, and the other is their moms. They both buy planners. First, I recommend nailing down one ideal customer who is like the main person who benefits from your product or service, and really figuring out, how do I create content that reaches and serves this person? Then coming back, once that's working and you feel confident, coming back and duplicating that for a second ideal customer. The most important thing is that your ideal customer avatars should be united around a common problem that you're solving or desire that you satisfy. Okay, so what we're going to do here is go through these 3 steps. Answer key questions about your ideal customer or client. Use AI to flesh out your ideal customer avatar, and then nail down where to find the ideal customers. Because today's theme is understanding the ideal customer, but then figuring out, where are they? And the example here is from Polished Prints on Instagram. If you wore a lace cami under your Hollister tee, owned multiple pairs of low-rise distressed flares, enjoyed a little spritz of Clinique Happy, straightened the front of your hair and scrunched the back, we know you'll dig your new mom tank. Which is funny, and it came up on my algorithm on Instagram because that is me, and I'm a child of the 90s and was a teenager in the early 2000s. And so, like, oh my gosh, that concrete description of those things. And then, like, people in their 30s a lot of us are moms now. And so Polished Prints was like nailing their ideal customer, describing commonalities of their ideal customers. And that like stops you mid scroll, because you're like, holy cow, I resonate with those things. So I'm so glad I moved past the chapter of my life where ultra low rise jeans were the thing, because that does nothing for me now. Okay. Same, Kristen said, yeah, seriously. We're a high rise girl now. High rise for 2003. All right. So questions about your ideal customer. Danny says, doesn't work with mom bots, but I can't do the high rise either. Oh, Danny. No. Okay, well,
It makes me feel like my stepmom. Like, literally.
You feel like your stepmom?
Yes, it's not okay.
Yeah. Man, we could have a whole chat about like about denim problem. There are so many pain points that come with denim. In fact, Melissa of Sustainable Supply Co., she rebranded as Loved, LOVD. She has a brand in Denver where she helps people, she sources vintage denim and helps fit people for like the perfect jeans. And it gives me so much inspiration because there are so many pain points and ick and frustration that comes with finding jeans, right? Like we just covered some of them. Low rise, ultra low rise, ultra high rise. Like there are so many icks. Think about you being in a dressing room with like fluorescent lighting and a floor to ceiling mirror, and there's a stack of different shapes of denim. Like how many feelings comes up for you in that? And maybe not everybody, but like, or in your closet, the various shapes and just the sizes and vanity sizing and like muffin top or whatever comes up for you. All of those can be addressed with like this specific business. And the better we are at understanding what those icks are for our customers or clients in our industry, the more successful we'll be. So, okay, that was a whole rabbit trail, but coming back to questions about your ideal customer. The first questions I want you to answer are really basic. Demographics. And I have her here because most of the time my clients have women customers or clients, but it could be he or they. What is her age range? You probably, and the reason that age is important is because age and where your customer client is in the family life cycle stage, being pre-parents, newlyweds, dating, new parents, expecting parents, parents of young children, empty nesters, like retirees, grandparents. That is the number one characteristic of consumers that predicts their buying habits. Because you think about like being somebody who's with kids versus somebody with a preschooler versus somebody who's an empty nester, your purchases change so much in those different life cycles. And so that is important. So this first question, the last question here on this slide, important. They don't need to be like 18 or 35, but give at least like a generation or a 10-year age range. Kristen said, I am my ideal client. That's so common, Kristen, which leads to a second question about, are there areas in which you do not overlap with your ideal client? And be really aware of those, because you could be making assumptions about her that does not fit with you. And an example of that was this morning, I had a call with a client, longtime client, and she just realized that like a key misstep is that for a few years, she was assuming that her ideal clients were exactly like her. A couple of years ago, we kind of dug into that. There are key differences. And she just realized very recently that so many of her current customers are parents, and does not have children. And that totally changed the pain points. And like, because this is back to school week, and she was really missing the boat with like what's going on in their lives for them right now. I have my avatar, which I used ChatGPT to fine tune. Now can I ask ChatGPT how old Ava is? I'm never sure what age my ideal client is. Yes. Yeah, Terry. And we'll look at some ChatGPT stuff here soon. There are other ways to find out though. Okay, educational background, where is she located? What is her marital status? Some of this stuff you won't know. Educated guess, that's fine as well. Interests and hobbies. So what are her interests, like her personal interests? Where does she spend her time? A lot of times this dictates like what are people doing with their discretionary income? So when they have money, where are they spending it? On themselves, on their kids, on like, I think a lot of moms don't have very many hobbies. So like, where are they spending their money? This tells us a little bit about their budget. Are there specific topics or areas she's passionate about? So this gets to values. Like, does she donate to things? If she could get up on a soapbox, and I saw this on TikTok, like somebody asked, stitch this with a topic you could talk about for 30 minutes without any preparation. And I think that's such a fascinating question to ask anybody. The video I saw was a gal who said she could talk for 30 minutes about why she thinks that Taylor Swift is bisexual. And she had very compelling theories, but it's just like such a niche, And I was like, I'm totally convinced. But it's really interesting to ask yourself, what would that be for your customer or client? Her belief system that might play into the choices she makes in a lot of areas of her life. Content consumption. So how does she typically search for information when she needs something? So if she's going to buy something, try a service, buy something new, looking for a product, where does she go? So for example, if you have a Gen X mom who's like going to redesign her living room, or she's looking for seasonal decor for fall, maybe she's looking on Pinterest. Or maybe you have a cycling enthusiast who goes to forums or is on Reddit and like deep into the subreddits of cycling. Where are they going to look for help if they need a question answered? Which social media platform do they use most? This coincides with age and gender to a large extent. How does she consume information? So does she like subscribe to a lot of newsletters? Is she on YouTube? Does she not have time for that? And she's like, when she's walking on the treadmill, is she listening to a podcast, or she watch CNN, or she listen to NPR? Like these things can fill out your understanding. So where are we getting the answers to this? And I'll talk more about this here shortly, but maybe you're picturing a current customer or client that you wish you could replicate 100 times, or maybe we're just imagining an ideal customer. Buying behavior. So how does she make purchasing decisions? Is it like she is living paycheck to paycheck, and so it's like I have to prioritize, I have to triage, or is it like she keeps a real strict budget, she has a lot of discretionary income? What factors influence her buying choices? Is it like she is single and she doesn't have kids, so she just makes her own damn decisions? Or is it like she always looks at reviews first, or she like goes to Yelp, or has a group text with her friends where she asks for recommendations? Is she strictly a budget shopper? Is she looking for coupons? Again, you may not know the answers to all these questions, but we can elaborate, we can extrapolate, we can make educated guesses. Now, if you are a business owner whose ideal customer is also a business, this is B2B marketing, business to business marketing, rather than business to consumer, in which your end customer is an individual using your product or service. Here are some additional B2B questions. What type of business does she own? Not necessarily a small business. That was a typo. How long has she been operating? What is the size? What industry or niche do they operate in? I would also add to that, I guess, like who makes decisions in the business? What are her main business goals? What challenges, pain points, expansion plans? What does she want her business to look like in 2024? The workbook for today has these questions in it as well. Okay, how do we find the answers to these questions? Several places. Meta Business Suite. You may have heard me talk about this before. Meta Business Suite is previously known as Facebook Business. But they, as long as you have an Instagram or a Facebook business page, you can log into business.facebook.com, and on your computer, your desktop, And once you log in, select your audience tab because they've been keeping data about your content, your engagement, and your audience in your Meta Business Suite. So go to the audiences tab and you'll see that there's current audience and potential audience are two sections. business.facebook.com. And they'll give you some information there about location, demographics, like age range, gender. Note the main takeaways from your audience tab. You can also go to your Instagram on your phone, go to profile, insights, followers, and scroll down. And you'll see cities and countries, age range, gender, and most active times. So this gives you like real, now this is different from who's buying from you. If you have the statistics there in your e-commerce, or take a look at individually, if you don't have a ton of sales, who are those people who've converted, but at least these are the people who are following you on social media. You may also, again, pick a real customer or client after which you model your ideal customer. So you probably have a real customer or client who you're like, if all of this person's a dream, like they're exactly who I pictured. If I could have 100 or 1,000 of her, that would be awesome. And then, so in your mind, you can answer the questions with this person in mind. You can also lurk online. So this is like following your followers. So somebody who engages with your content all the time, like one of your top fans online, ideally a person who's already paid you, booked or bought. Take a look at the profiles, the content of those people who are your top fans online, and notice the commonalities. Surveys. Okay. This does not have to be scary, and we do not need to make like a multi-question survey. We can just start with in a Facebook community. And I also think there's so much value to be had in going to Reddit, reddit.com, and looking at subreddits that are related to your industry. Like search anything on Reddit and there is a community dedicated to it, I guarantee you. And looking through, and Reddit is anonymous, which is actually a strength in a lot of ways because people are super honest. And see what questions, what topics come up there that may help you answer some questions. But you can poll your audience in your Instagram stories, go to, if you're abiding by the rules of the subreddit, go to that community and you can ask some questions there. Go to a Facebook group, ask questions in the marketing, your woman-owned business Facebook group, poll them and just say like, where do you consume content? Like literally ask these questions. Try to make them easy to answer or multiple choice if possible. You may just make some educated guesses and that's all right too. Then I want you to try using ChatGPT, which is the fastest way. And if you are with me in the July and August trainings, you know that you can create an incredible ideal customer avatar based on these questions that we've just answered. ChatGPT is a free AI chatbot that takes millions of data points. It catalogs the whole internet up to September 2019. to extrapolate answers to your questions. So you can create a really detailed customer avatar. Especially with the questions that we just went over. So that was your homework. We're going to bring that to ChatGPT to help fill in the blanks and really flesh out this person. So that takes it from, I don't know, somebody in their 40s in Michigan to like Emma, who enjoys blank, who takes her coffee blank. That's kind of an exaggeration, but barely. Okay, so we want to tell ChatGPT what you know about your ideal customer based on your research. So here's a prompt that I used that actually generated M. And now in ChatGPT, you can create, and not the paid version, just the free version, 3.5. You can save custom instructions. So once you nail down your ideal customer, tell ChatGPT, my ideal customer is copy paste. Because then all of the answers that it gives you from here on out will be geared toward this person. All right, so here's your prompts that I want you to put in ChatGPT, and we can do an example. Create a detailed ideal customer avatar for blank business, whose ideal customers blank, aged, located in the country. Oh, so this is like a B2B prompt, but we're going to look at all the demographic, interests and hobbies, content consumption, buying behavior, and we're going to fill in the blanks here. This is Emma, my ideal customer avatar from ChatGPT. Okay, so let's do an example. Okay, if you have not played around with ChatGPT, this is what it looks like. This is the paid version. It's $20 a month. I'm just using the free version. And all you do is chat like you are sending a DM, an AIM to someone. That's true millennial. So create a detailed ideal customer avatar for a business that, okay, Kristen, let's fill in the blanks wait, Kristen, have you done this with ChatGPT yet?
No, not yet. Wait, which Kristen? Is there another Kristen?
Kristen Economic.
Me. Yeah. I haven't done this yet. No.
Okay, great. Okay, this is perfect. Let's fill in the blanks. All right, for a professional organizer. I am a professional organizer. Create a detailed ideal customer avatar for my business. Okay, Kristen, let's fill in some of these blanks. So, demographics. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mom in her 30s. Young kids. Well, Dallas.
Who values
A pretty home that she can maintain while juggling motherhood and work. That is easy for her entire family to maintain, not just her.
What else do we know about your ideal customer? Her educational background, her interests and hobbies, values, social media.
Yep, she is a college graduate. She belongs to a gym or studio. So she cares about like her own physical health. She is also passionate about supporting her mental health and having her space reflect that.
Okay, we're gonna start here.
Okay.
Okay, this is Emily.
Emily. Okay. I have a client named Emily.
It'll be interesting to see how much this aligns. Okay, so, and I will copy this to send to you,
Thank you.
Kristen.
This is so cool.
Yes. Okay. So, and this is, remember, ChatGPT is taking millions of data points. So it's better than our brains could do. Danny, it is mind blowing, right? It is just a gift that keeps on giving. Caveat, I do have a number of clients who have a lot of like ethical questions about using ChatGPT, and I want to validate those. It's a cost benefit thing. And so I respect your personal opinions about everyone about this, if you have them. But we can see how quickly it gives you a really fleshed out picture of your ideal customer. And then throughout the week, guys, we're going to build upon this. So, and then ChatGPT saves all your chats here. And so like, here's I reuse this chat all the time. And so you can respond to it and say, add a section about what her daily routine looks like. So it's going to give you like her hour by hour, her blow by blow. Is this like super useful? I don't know, but this is just to show you like it's responsive. So it is a chat bot, like you're having a conversation back and forth with ChatGPT, and you can ask it to refine. And so over time, this helps you build your understanding of your audience. Okay, back to our slides here. All right, so for the sake of, we saw Emily, which is Kristen's. My ideal customer avatar is named Emma. And then we want to ask, Kim said, oh my gosh, just did mine, mind blown, right, Kim? So you guys are already doing your homework. I love it. That's so fantastic. We want to ask ChatGPT, where can we find your ideal customers? So again, we're having a conversation with ChatGPT. And so you can ask in the chat, like follow-up questions. Where does this ideal customer, where does she spend time? Which platforms should I post on to help me attract more ideal customers? So you can ask more questions about like, where can I get in front of her eyeballs? Literally has a section for pain points, which is one of my huge struggles, though I relate so much to my own ideal customer. So yeah, Kim, and I wonder where you're going to see yourself diverge a little bit from your ideal customer, which is so important. We have so many blind spots about our audience, right? So that's where it so helps to have ChatGPT like zoom out from the 30-foot view and give us objectivity. Same, like I go back to Emma living in ChatGPT, and I did a hyper specific one in Missoula. And I have another one that's like more general for Rocky Mountain West, but it's even different, just is interesting to see the differences between those, but it gives me so much objectivity. We are sometimes not sometimes, we're almost always too close to our businesses to get perspective. And so this is a way to do it instantly. So where are your ideal customers or clients hanging out online? Where can we get in front of their eyeballs to get more bang for our buck with the content? And so this is what it says about Emma. Social media platforms. Okay, that was very, that's not news to me, but it is helpful to have this list. Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. That aligns with what I already know about her. Business networking sites, industry forums and groups, creative marketplaces. Okay, questions about this? This is just day one. We're building upon this over the next 4 days. Okay, as you know, your participation, first of all, you're live, which is amazing with us, or if you're watching the recording, that's great too. What I want you to do is take action every day with your content marketing. That's why we're here in this boot camp, because you're going to get results relative to how much action you take. Oh, I covered up the action items here. I will put them in the chat as well so you can see them. Michelle, I'm so happy to hear that's how you feel too. You guys who are live with me, I think Kristen was so sweet that you emailed me afterwards and you were like, you were on fire during the July training. And I was, because like, I am so energized by seeing my clients use ChatGPT to, like, AI, say what you will about it, and there are a lot of downsides to it and it can be really scary, but like this, it is helping us get to the core of the things that we consistently struggle with as business owners. And like every single day I'm hearing from my clients who use it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's just blew through all of my blocks that I'm having. And so lots of reasons I'm really excited to see you guys use it. So today your action items have to do with using ChatGPT. So answer these questions, do your homework with the ideal customer questions first, because ChatGPT is going to give you much better results the more you feed it. And so like, honestly, I see a lot of people just go into ChatGPT and say like, write me a blog post about topic or whatever you're choosing, or just create me an ideal customer avatar for a yoga business. It can definitely do it. Is it going to be really accurate? Is it going to be tailored to you and your existing audience? No. So you're going to get better results from ChatGPT if you answer the questions beforehand. Use Meta Business Suite, go to Instagram Insight, like on your profile and give it demographics, like you'll get out of it what you put into it. Then tell ChatGPT, just like what we walked through, create an ideal customer avatar. I can't wait to see what you get from this and how exciting it is, like how motivating it is to see like concrete person in front of your eyeballs, and then ask it where to find your ideal customers. Next step is to create and share content that describes your ideal customer. Here's an example of one of my clients, and this is from pre-ChatGPT, but you can see in her caption, I make skincare for the wild women, the women who lead active lives, and the women who don't want to have to worry about what they nourish their skin with. I strive to create skincare for women like me who don't have the time for some 10-step routine, who are trying to live 3 lifetimes in this precious life we have here on earth, who believe less is more when it comes to caring for their skin. And we looked at some examples of like the polished prints, right? Like, you know, when you come across a piece of content or an email or an ad or something that feels like it's screaming your name because it describes you perfectly, what I want you to do, big action item from today, is to post a piece of content that describes your ideal customer avatar. And so it might look like, and I can put some examples in our wrap up email or in the Facebook group. But it can look like, let's go back to some other examples. Like this. So just describing, hey, if you blank XYZ, you made it to the right side of Instagram, or you might love our blank if you ABCD. Here's how a middlesmith does it. Product service for blank, 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 blank. I want you to practice putting out, like describing your ideal customer based on your avatar. Because it's one thing to have it living in your head, and that is very important. But can we put it out to your audience? I already posted my reel today for the day. But I will hold myself accountable, and I will post mine too on Instagram tomorrow. I should have remembered to wait to do it later. Okay, questions about this. So our action items. Answer the questions about your ideal customer. Put it in a ChatGPT, ask for a detailed ideal customer avatar. Ask to show where your ideal customers are online. And then create your content. I want you to show your work. The way that I'm able to gauge your participation is, yes, you're showing up live, which is so fantastic, but is for you to screenshot what you're doing, how you're taking action, and show your work in the Marketing Your Woman-Owned Business Facebook group. So everybody gets a wrap-up email with this recording every day, and I will repeat the instructions again in the wrap-up email. And then I will link to the Facebook group where I want you, and the post where I want you to put in the comments your screenshot. And every day that you participate, you are entered at least one time to win the prizes. Everybody wins something. You'll find out what it is on Saturday. And I'll give you the link to RSVP for the live drawing. What else? Kim saying this is gold. I'm already so excited for this, but even more so for the whole week. Me too, Kim. More on ChatGPT to come. This is just step one. Again, share something about like showing your work. Share after you post your homework for today, your action item, share it to your stories and tag me so I can see it, and you'll get an extra entry. Again, our grand prizes are a seat in the Abundance Playbook fall session 2023. $497 value. That is my signature 12-week program where we start with ideal customers and we walk through everything that you need to get booked out and sold out in 12 weeks. And then runner-up is 3 months of the Content Creation Lab. The takeaway from today: the more clear and concrete you are about your ideal customers, the easier it is to create content that really lands. No more guesswork. We know who we're shooting for. Suddenly, it's not so hard to make all these decisions about what lands in your business. Today, we talked about who your ideal customers are and where we can find them. Tomorrow, we'll talk about how to gain trust from your ideal customers and create authority for your business. So now I want you to, we're signing off, look for the wrap-up email, but in the meantime, do your homework, answer those questions on your worksheet, and then put it into ChatGPT. And I will see you tomorrow for day 2 on authority. Adriana said, I wish I could take the Abundance Playbook again. Good thing we have Content Creation Lab. Adriana, I have people redo the program. I love to hear you say that because I would love to have you back. You're always welcome. But yes, content creation lab is a great option. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. And I can't wait to see your homework in the Facebook group. Yay! You're so welcome. Bye, everybody.